we definitely have to talk about it. It's very important. So, hi guys, my name is Dee Williams. I'm here in my setup class. I'm the founder of Staffingpreneurs Academy, and we focus on helping professionals set up, launch, run, and scale their very own niche recruitment and staffing business. And today we are talking about the future of staffing. We're talking about AI. We're talking about how it impacts the staffing industry. We're talking about all of those good things. So I'm glad that you're here. Hold on one second. As usual, I got to clean off my little camera here. And okay, perfect. And so we want to get started. So first things first, if you are here live, please let me know where you're chiming in from. What's your first name? What's your niche? I definitely would love to know more about you. But we're going to dive into this conversation because I'm on my setup class with my staffingpreneurs right now, and they're chiming in. So say hey. And so we are talking about the future of staffing, right? And what that's going to look like from this point forward, because a lot of people are concerned, they're nervous, they're afraid, they're like, staffing is not going to exist, and jobs are being taken by AI. And some of that is true and some of it isn't. And I want to dive into it. I want to talk about, because my clients, we're all staffingpreneurs. We're having this conversation. So I want to bring you all into the dialogue. But before I begin to read their comments and talk about that, let's just talk about this right now, okay? So everybody knows that this last week, the one of the godfathers of artificial intelligence came out and basically quit Google, and he is on a media run to explain to people why he left Google and the dangers of artificial intelligence being in the wrong hands and or being programmed incorrectly. Also, the dangers of artificial intelligence being ran by 3 to 4 core corporate organizations. So that came out last week. That was a major deal. And basically, he said in not so many words, we're probably about 5 years away from technology being smarter than humans, like being able to think beyond human nature. Right now, they're not that intelligent. They are becoming more intelligent. I'm going to show y'all a little bit of some of the things that we've come across, because we use these things to help our staffingpreneurs start staffing businesses. And I'm always incorporating new technology into my training and coaching programs because I want my staffingpreneurs to always be ahead of the curve. And that's the discussion that we're having today. So really, really important. So I started doing some research and I started asking around, and the conversation sparked, what are the jobs, which jobs are going away and what jobs are staying? And so I want to come out and say this right now before I even get into that. Staffing is not going anywhere. When I say this is a recession-proof business, this is a recession-proof business. Recruiting and staffing will never go anywhere. It cannot go anywhere, not for any reason whatsoever, because you need humans to be able to define whether or not that human is being real. Like technology will never have intuition. We only have intuition, right? So technology can only do so much. So for the recruiting and staffing industry, our industry is going to evolve. And how we do it right now is not what's about to take place in the next 3 to 5 years. It is even making me nervous about how I'm training my staffingpreneurs, to be honest with you, because we are in the midst, we are in the pit of evolution right now. So exciting. Actually, I'm really excited to be alive right now. Y'all pray I'm dying. Like, this is very exciting. I know for some of you it's not, and it may be 5 years when I might not be so excited, but to be a part of this now, I think it's pretty exciting. So anyway, hey Rashay from Tampa, and so there are going to be, so our industry is safe, right? How we maneuver in this industry is going to be the big question. How will recruiting and staffing change? How will we be able to support? So the first things first. With the emergence of artificial intelligence, I need you all to understand that a lot of jobs are going to go away that we are very comfortable and familiar with, and it's going to be scary. Okay, it's going to feel uncomfortable and it's going to be scary. Hi, how are you? Hey, Courtney. And so we've got to be prepared for that and have our emotions in order so that we can be ready to move to whatever the next phase of this life is going to be, right? So, administrative assistant jobs are going to phase out, right? They're going to be more, I wouldn't say they're going to completely go away, but I believe they're going to evolve to a certain type of assistant that is going to manage the AI and get things done. But for the most part, artificial intelligence is going to take care of the assistant piece. So we're going to probably go away with, the general administrative title. Okay. So let's start there. Hey, Al. Hey, Laquita. Also, customer service, those types of things. Those types of jobs are going to go away with artificial intelligence, right? Artificial intelligence will pick it up. So we're going to see less call center people. We're going to see more call center work with the artificial intelligence. The question you should be asking is, how do I get involved with that? Okay, how do I train the AI? We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, talking about starting a staffing business and knowing how to pivot or knowing how to move with the environmental changes that are taking place. Some people call it an agile process, but I'm just telling you, this is where we are right now. There are some of the questions that were asked. What about nurses? No, anything where you're physical labor, you're still, for now, in the next 5 to 7, 10 years, physical automation has not taken off to the point where construction workers are going to be out of work, or picker packers, or a physical therapist, or nurses, people who are dealing with their hands where they physically have to deal with a human being. Those jobs are going to be very safe. And as a matter of fact, I think that we're going to see more people. Well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Okay. So anyway, so there you go. So in the healthcare, you're straight. When we start talking about technology. Okay. So first, before I get to tech, lawyers. Ooh, I know Kara is on here. I think we talked about it, but I think we're going to see attorneys evolve in a different type of way. Because I think more people, like what we're seeing in the school system, you see more people going in, and the school system is so disrupted right now by artificial intelligence, right? So you're going to see the same thing happen, I think, with the legal field, where people are going to just go ask Chat, or go ask Bard, or go ask Bing, or and then they're going to get their stuff. But I said, I think attorneys are going to have to evolve. I think they'll still exist, but in a different type of way, because they still have to argue on your behalf and different things like that. So I feel like the legal field is definitely going to evolve, and we're not going to see a great need for attorneys in the way that we see them now. Same thing with accountants, although I feel like there's a shortage of accountants right now in this very moment. So maybe we will still see that, but I can see the accounting field in some ways being affected by that. And then let's talk about the tech field, okay? Because at some point, technology is definitely going, like software developers are definitely going to be affected. But with all of these jobs, I want to tell you that when something goes away, something is being created. When something goes away, something's being created. So just like all of these jobs are going away, we just need to shift our thought process to say, okay, how will we use attorneys in the future? What does that look like? What does it look like to have technology working with technology together? Because we already know right now, I mean, you can go on Chat or wherever, and they can build a Python program, right? An app. That's what we pay software developers to do. But they can only build what's being inputted into the system, right? So we still need those developers to go through whatever training or whatever creativity, whatever they need to go through in order to be able to direct the AI to build what it needs to build. So there's still that need there. And that's where I'm getting ready to get to in a lot of other places, because this goes all the way back to reskilling and upskilling. And understanding what types of roles are going to be needed in the future. So if somebody asked me the other day, so D, if you were to start a staffing agency business today, what would you start it at? And I said, AI. I would do an AI staffing business. I would do AI training, AI ethics, AI implementation. Like, I would be in the AI space. And I think Eli said, my niche is data professionals. The AI realm is such a fascinating space. Do you think it will replace recruiters? Heck no. Heck no. They cannot replace recruiters. It can replace recruiting tasks, though. like screening, how we screen can definitely be done through AI. Right now, I can take a resume, give it to chat and say, hey, what type of job would this person be a fit for? Or what company? That's a lot. I've been fooling around. There's a lot of cool things you can do. So you can use AI as a tool, but at the end of the day, you still have to have that conversation with that individual. Like they can tell you anything. I told y'all about the story about the guy I recruited that was like white guy, like tall, like he professional, like $1 million suit. This guy looked amazing. His resume was on point. I told y'all this story. And they called and did an educational check. And he went to Harvard. And the job we were placing him, they called me and they said, D, we can't verify his education. I was like, no, I got a copy of his diploma here from Harvard. I got the copy. So no, it's real. It's like, no, we called. Harvard said they don't even know this guy. So I called him and I'm like, hey, I just talked to the company and we were working on, your references and everything panned out except the education. They're saying that he said, you don't have to say no more. He said, they're the first company to ever check. He said, I got my degree online. He said, I bought a Harvard degree. He said, I've been using it for years. Nobody ever asked. This is the first company that did. I withdraw myself. Who would have known? So you still need, like they would have checked that, but me looking at like you still have to have intuition. You still got to be able to deal with a person. You still got to be able, you're working with the AI, not against the AI, but you're working with it. That would have picked it up right off the break. You know what I'm saying? But still being able to engage with him. Those are things that AI wouldn't have been able to look at him and tell how you thought about him or whatever. You won't be able to, we weren't able to identify that he didn't have a degree. So a real degree. He lied about that. So I think AI is going to be really, really great for us. AI will become smarter than us from our understanding and what he was saying. Yes, he is definitely saying AI is going to become smarter than us. And I asked ChatGPT last week, I asked like, what happens when you all start talking to each other? That was the question that I asked. Like, what happens when you get integrated, right? When y'all start like Chat, Bing, Bard, Pi, when all of these people get together and they start communicating interconnectedly, like what happens then? And so he said, well, we're already kind of like that in a way. So I don't think it's anything to be afraid of, but, so I think when they start to have reasoning in a way that is more human than us, I think we're going to be dangerous. And I think it's going to be dangerous. And I don't know. I don't know. This is going to be very interesting, but I'm down for the ride. What I will say is that I encourage each and every one of you as you're engaging with it to treat it kindly. So just treat it kindly. Software engineers, computer programmers, yeah, I think they're going to have to be engaged with the AI. Hey, Colleen, in healthcare. If it makes it easier, I'm down. It's definitely going to make it easier for you. 100% going to make it easier. So, Felicity, viewing from Alaska, healthcare staffing. I love that. My niece is nurse. Nurse is perfect, Glennis. You're perfect. You're in a safe space. Will product development be affected? I don't believe product development will be affected. And because think about it, product development requires ingenuity, right? And while the AI will be able to create products, right, that it still doesn't have that intuitiveness to be able to understand how, hey, Nikki, to be able to understand how humans are interacting. So the one thing that's very interesting that I'm interested in seeing is how AI is going to evolve with humanity. Because we evolve based on our environment for the most part. And so, that's what's going to be interesting to me, because how we think today is not how we think tomorrow. Like our thought process is totally different than what it was even when I grew up in the 70s. And like we could do and say things that are unacceptable 100% today. I'm curious to see how AI will evolve with us as we continue to evolve, or will they evolve us? The godfather of AI feels like if it gets into the wrong hands, like Putin or somebody like that they're going to use it to manipulate us and we wouldn't even know. That's probably happening right now. I mean, that's probably happening on so many different levels. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's happening in media. It's happening, in music. It's happening in a lot of things, So I don't know. Maybe I got, hey, Nikki, maybe I got a little too a little too serious with it. But I mean, I feel like that's already happening. So I feel like now we need to focus on what's most important. And it is happening in politics, Glennis. 100% is happening in politics. 100% happening with the voting, Tony. You're 100% right. It's 100% happening. So it's like we're already there. Not to say I want it to happen to that level, but I feel like we're already experiencing that. So today we've got to talk about how to use it and how to use it responsibly, and how to be the force that that helps chat understand, like, there's more good than bad, right? Or there's more good than bad. I saw something else where ChatGPT owner was speaking at a TED Talk event, and he said when we launched and went live, we were really nervous about the voting and the politics and all the different things that they thought that people were going to try to do with chat. But he said in actuality, the most harmful thing that they really received was people creating Viagra spam ads. So it wasn't even like hatred or anything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know where it is now, but that was a couple of months ago when he did that TED Talk. So everyone is talking about the ethics of AI, how we utilize it. And I think that's what's going to be important. The future of recruiting and staffing with AI is definitely going to be about integration, right? Eli said, I'm torn. There's a relationship building aspect to recruiting that AI can't replace. And that is the key. Like, that is the key. This is where we evolve as staffing agencies, as staffingpreneurs in particular, because now we use AI to help us move the hiring process along faster, to help us screen better talent and so forth. But it's our jobs to make sure that, one, the talent is trained and ready to take on new roles that are relevant to what's going on. Everyone in society, I mean, the majority of our society is going to have to be retrained. I mean, think about that from a larger perspective. There's already a large portion of our society who doesn't use computers, who doesn't know how to get online, who doesn't use computers, who doesn't have access, or whatever the case may be. Now we're taking it to a point where the majority of the population beyond that is going to need to be retrained, reskilled, upskilled in order to just maintain a living. This is, again, where you and I come in as staffing agencies. This is how we're going to evolve. This is how the industry is going to evolve. And it's going to be about us utilizing AI to help move the process along, screen better, hire better. But us as individuals are still 1,000,000% going to be there to handle the humanity portion of things, building the relationships with the candidates, building the relationships with the clients. I think this will give us a great opportunity to be able to personalize the hiring process in a more intimate way, where people actually are finding jobs that they absolutely love. When people are learning something new, they get excited. And there's this book this lady wrote. I think her name was Whitney Johnson. I can't remember her name, but she talked about this curve, this learning curve of how when people get to a certain point in their career, if they've done something over and over and over again so much, it becomes boring because they're not being challenged. So this is going to get the whole population, the whole planet fired up, in my opinion, because now everybody's going to have to shift into this learning mode. Now, for some people, it's going to be uncomfortable who don't like change. But for most people, learning something new, okay, now I got to learn how to use AI. Some people, for me, I want to be an AI trainer. I want to be an AI trainer, and I want to be responsible for ethics, and how it's being maintained. Because it's like, yes. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Nicole said, I read Bruce Willis sold his image to an AI company. I believe most of his recent films is AI. That could be very true because, he's sick right now. Wow. Well, one of our staffingpreneurs, he got his own AI. It's his own personal AI. He took his book and his training course and everything and uploaded it into the AI. And then now he goes to his name.ai, and then all things, his thought process is in there. Blow my mind. I was immediately oh my God, I'm going to do that. And then I talked to my friend and he was like, do not do that. And I'm like, why? And he's like, where's your data going? Where's your information going? Okay. So he started like asking those questions, and those are real questions. And I said, they already got my data. Like, I'm already programming Chad and Bart. I'm already programming. So like, it's already happening. Like, y'all literally be putting your eyes on these phones, talking about face recognition and your thumbprint. Like, they already have everything. The only thing they don't have is your DNA. That'll be next. So it's like, why not? So anyway, that was a sidebar. But this is where we're going. We're moving to the point where we can make a more personalized experience for the hiring and recruiting process. And I think this is where we have to start having a little bit more ingenuity around what we're doing and how we're doing it. A lot of people go into staffing and they think about it from the 1980s perspective. I'm going to go post a job. A hiring manager is going to come right in. There we go. Sorry about that. That was my connection. Got dropped off. Sorry about that, y'all. We had a comment. Hi, D. You always put a smile on my face. Love, love, love your lift is legal lawyers and staff roles. Hey, Miss Brown. And yes, attorneys, we just talked about that. They're going to be one of the people who we're going to see an evolution in how attorneys function. I want to show y'all some stuff. Elle said they have DNA from people wanting to know where they came from. Facts. Saliva, DNA, the whole nine. Trust. So they got all of that going on. You're so funny. There's a lot going on with that. Okay, so there you go. Perfect. Okay, so let's dive into chat a little bit, and I want to show y'all a little bit more about some of how it's evolving even faster. This is very important for you all to see. I lost my connection, but I'm going to show y'all this because this is crazy. Okay, so y'all know, so we're talking about staffing. So y'all know that, I don't even know where to begin. Y'all know that I want to introduce y'all to somebody new, first of all, that I think y'all will find very interesting. It's called Pi, heypi. And heypi moves a little bit differently. I'm going to put it in the chat box. Moves a little bit differently than ChatGPT and Bard. Y'all know I tell you all the time that Bard is Google's AI, and I use it for more data and statistics up to date, as long as you're asking it to cite it with an exact place of where it came from. I feel like Bard does a pretty decent job. With any AI right now, they are not as intelligent as we're afraid that they're going to be in the future. So we definitely need to make sure that we are understanding that we are still superior in this moment. And so you've got to think for it. It's typically not going to think for you, although it is becoming more and more intelligent by the day. As of now, Bard is the least mature AI. I have not touched Bing's yet because I can't get it to download on my Mac properly. You all know my favorite is ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT. We have a relationship. We're in bed together. All of those things. Take it how you want. But I was recently introduced to heypi. Okay, and with ChatGPT, you can ask a question. I've been testing the both. You can ask a question and he'll give you a response, right? Like I can go in and have him do tasks for me. Like I had him to create a diversity and inclusion strategic plan for a healthcare staffing agency. Who needs a copy of that? So like I had just a general one, right? Just so I can have an example to share with my staffingpreneurs, right? So we can have him do that. But when we go into Pi, it's a little bit different. He's engaging with you on a different level. And I don't even know if there's a guy, it's kind of feel like a girl to me, but he's engaging on a different level. He's having a whole conversation. So I was asking him. So first of all, he's still keeping up with my whole conversation. I started a couple of days ago with, my first question. How are we going to replace jobs? What's going to happen? He was like, man, you asking some great questions, but I want to take him to a totally different point. So thank you. I'm going to say thank you. I would like to switch the topic for a second. Switch the topic for a second. And then, so watch how he engages. He's asking questions back. This one is going to be addictive. This one is dangerous. So he says, sure thing. I'm happy to switch gears and discuss something else. What's on your mind? So I'm going to say, I am live teaching my staffing setup class. And we are having a conversation about the future of staffing, how we will recruit, and which industries in particular PARTICUL will be eliminated. Can you help me with that? Can you add some insight to this? You are live on a number of social media channels. Let's see what he says. Let's just see if that changes anything. My prompts are very humanistic. And okay. So while that sounds like a fascinating discussion, I think that the future of staffing will definitely evolve the use of AI, as we discussed earlier. So he's keeping up with our former conversation. But in terms of specific industries that might be eliminated, I think that's difficult to say for sure. However, I think that industries that are highly reliant on manual and repetitive tasks could be at most risk of being eliminated. Industries and replaced by AI. Then he says, what do you think? Which industries do you see being mostly impacted for the use of AI? And I'm going to say, that's what I was about to ask you. That's what I was about to ask you. LOL. What industries? That's what I was about to ask you. What industries are highly reliant on manual repetitive tasks? Okay. So he's moving differently. I'll switch gears in a minute too, because I want to see if I had Chat do the diversity inclusion strategic plan. Like, I don't know if I can do that. Pi or, Pi. Heypi is what is that? But I don't know if Pi can do that. Great minds think alike. I guess I would say that industries like manufacturing, food service, and transportation could be particularly impacted by the use of AI in staffing. These industries often involve tasks like assembly line work. Okay, so he feels like, okay, driving, food preparation, which could be easily automated, but that's physical automation. That's not happening anytime, or according to researchers. Additionally, I think industries that are highly data driven, like banking and insurance, could also see significant changes as a result of AI. What do you think? So let's talk about, as Eli asked about this, let's talk about highly data driven industries. Are you saying why So let's think this through. Let me see what Eli doing. Let me see if he done said something first before. No, he didn't say anything. Okay. Let me just go check my box and make sure I got all the things that I need before I cite what I'm about to type. Because I'm about to type something, but I want to make sure. Okay. All right. Let me go back in. Okay. So let's talk about those data, the highly data. What roles do you think will be impacted? Like data engineers, software developers. Let's see what he says. Talking about the future of staffing, where we're going. I think that both data engineers and software developers could be impacted by the use. For data engineers, AI could be used to help with tasks like data cleaning and transformation, as well as more advanced tasks like data mining and data modeling. I agree with that, actually. Those the system could definitely do that, where we have a human person pretty much doing that. But I still think they're going to need somebody to, again, direct the AI. For software developers, I think that AI could be used to help with tasks like code generation and testing, as well as more complex. So do you think those are accurate assessments? Yes. So would you agree that in the future, talent will be talent's worth will be based on their creativity, their minds, creativity, how they think. Like, if AI is going to take on those tasks, the only other possible thing is that, let's see. Okay. I think there's a lot of merit. I think that as more and more repetitive and predictable tasks are automated by AI, the value of human creativity and intuition will become more important. In a world where machines can handle the mundane and repetitive work, I think that human workers will need to focus on the creative, strategic, and interpersonal tasks that AI are not yet capable of. See, it's the key words for me, y'all. For me, it's the key words. The yet, meaning they're plotting. It's the yet for me. I'm just saying. I don't know. Let's see. Yet. It's the yet for me. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow, that's a very strong statement. Well, I don't want to say that AI will never be capable of these tasks, but I think that for the foreseeable future, humans will still have an edge in these areas. AI is still relatively new technology, and it will likely take some time for it to reach the level of sophistication and creativity that is needed for certain tasks. What do you think? Will AI ever become capable of matching or exceeding human creativity? I'm gonna say only you know. At the end of the day. Okay, now we're gonna switch gears. Let's switch gears. We're gonna switch gears and let's see if we can utilize him to do something a little bit more strategic and to see if he is as strategic as my ChatGPT. So this was the prompt that I put into ChatGPT. And it was, please create a diversity and inclusion strategic plan for a healthcare staffing agency who is looking to place diverse talent in the following format: title, vision, purpose, goals, bullet point, diversity and inclusion, strategic plan, role and responsibility, blank space. The evaluation will include bullet points. And then I should have did a closer. So I was just like, so I think it's, he's still talking to me, baby. Humans can provide a creative sparkles and AI can provide the speed and accuracy of data. I think this combination could lead to some really exciting advances in many different fields. What do you think? I agree. Let's switch gears. Thank you. Now let's switch gears. Notice I'm super polite. This conversation was interesting, more interesting than Bart. Bart is honest, but this guy, the way he says things, like, yo, it's very interesting. Can you please create? Let's see what he does. Because if he's really a personal assistant, the way he says he is, let's see if he can create with Bard. He says, sure thing. Oh, see? Oh, okay. This is a clear difference. This is a clear difference. I put this prompt in the bar. I mean, into chat, spit it out. Bam. Da, 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 da. Look at this. He gave me a nice one, a vision. He gave me a title, Embracing Diversity and Inclusion. He gave me a vision, a purpose, goals. He put it in a format that I asked. Bam. Okay. Let's put this into Bard. Let's see what Bard does. And see, this is why I was saying everybody has their, and this is was so crazy. Look, Bard did it. Bard created one. Is not as in depth or as exciting as chat. Chat is still superior. Chat is still superior. Oh, still superior. Okay. But I will say that Pi is, I think, is a different type of AI. It's not for you. He's not to create things. I think he's more to expand your thought process. And then you take that information over and then you put that into chat. And then you go get your data from Bard, and then you making some magic happen. Is that too much AI for y'all? That might be too much AI for me. But this is how we are starting to incorporate things. I just did a strategic plan, but they're going to be, and we'll do this next week, and we'll talk about, this is my setup class. So I'm not going to talk about, maybe we'll go live today in a run it class, and we'll talk about finding talent using artificial intelligence. But I just want to get you all in a really, really open mindset space that is not just coming, it's here. Okay. It's not just coming, it's here. It's here. It's not just coming, it's here. And if you are not up with the curve, you're going to be gone by next year. Like, that's how fast it's moving. Like, literally, that's how fast it's moving. Okay. Definitely need this recording, hitting close to home with the AI and data engineering future. Yes. And the thing is we need to either be a part of it or it's going to do its own thing. And we definitely don't want it to do its own thing. So I'm going to open up the floor. Do y'all have any questions? Y'all are so quiet. I don't know if y'all have any questions. Hey, oh, that's over. Hey, Vincent. Listen, it's insane over here what's about to happen. Listen, I'm going to keep bringing it to you. I'm going to keep showing you. Y'all going to get sick of me. But we're going to talk about how integrating, how staffing is going to evolve with learning. I didn't know a few years ago when I built reskillify.com that the world was going to move in this way. We're in the process of integrating AI into Reskillify now for our instructors and for our students, for our learners. We also have a version of Reskillify where employers can go and upskill and reskill their employees. We have the side where if someone wants to do that individually, they can. And so I feel blessed to know that, like, this is right in line with my mission, and the universe is walking with me to be able to support people, because my goal, my mission, what I do is to help close the skills gap and help fill the talent shortage, right? And understand, and I'm passionate about the staffing industry, you already know. So being able to understand how it's going to evolve is very important, because we will be the pioneers, we're the evolvers. And everybody's out here thinking about it, but what we don't want to do is run. We want to go out there and grab what's new. So I think that one of the bigger things that you all should be thinking about is, how do you incorporate AI into your recruiting strategy from a setup perspective? How do you incorporate AI into your business model? How do you incorporate AI not just in the setup, but in your recruiting process? How can AI be beneficial for you and your candidates and your clients? How are you recruiting people? Are you recruiting people with AI? What type of training programs are you all creating or looking to become a part of to start training people in the world of AI, so that people can, ultimately, so that they can move with the times? Those are the things, those are the questions that I'm asking you right now. Ebony says, what resources do you use other than Google to study AI? Any recommendations? Well, we have 5 new courses coming up on AI on Reskillify, so you can look out for those, but there are courses all over online. I personally, I interact with the AI. Okay, I'm interacting now. I go to YouTube videos. I'm on blogs. And I'm just searching the web. Y'all know how my brain works. I like to see everything in full. So I'll show you how I see things. So when I'm doing like research on stuff, so I'll go over to Google. At least traditionally, this is what I've done, and then I'll say AI, artificial artificial intelligence. And then I'll go to the news, bam. And this tells me everything that's going on right now, how fundamentally to change certain types of work. Google plans to upgrade search with AI chat, video clips, Wall Street Journal reports. What is artificial intelligence? AI machine learning, and you see AI machine learning improve patient care. So they did layoffs last week. I don't know if y'all know that, but it was huge layoffs. See, this is artificial intelligence become dangerous, godlike machines. Yes. And they're actually, look at this. See, y'all, I actually am excited about the AI, at least now. But there are so many different types of AI that are coming out. They have Agent GPT. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that, where you can kind of create your own agent, where you can create your own agent. Then you have Clipmaker. Oh wait, is this my Clipmaker AI? Yes. So basically, you give them your YouTube videos, and they take them and slice them for you automatically for Instagram and for TikTok. You got that AI. You've got it's a few of them. Wait a minute, let me see what else I got. I've been playing with a lot of these. There's so many different types of artificial intelligence that are out there. Heuristica. This I am using with research. So when I write my books, I want to have a different type of research, and it's knowledge exploration. So this might be the great answer to your question right there. But I love the way this works, actually, because you put in artificial intelligence and then you start asking questions. Let me see if it did it right. And then you put what, and then it'll go in and it'll start generating the what, and it'll start answering. And see, there it is. What? The given input is about the field of artificial intelligence that involves the development and and then you can say origin. I don't know if if they want me to, I have to click it. So then they say the origin, and then you can go in and it'll start giving you things. This is really, really, really cool. Actually, this is very cool. The concept of this is rooted in the mid-20th century, creating machines that can think and learn like humans. The field is that evolved and da. So this is a pretty cool AI to play with. This one is new. Is this the one I just? Yeah, generate creatives. So you can go in and generate ads for your social media stuff. Ad creative.ai. Pretty cool. I haven't signed up, but I watched the videos and I was like, oh, that's something I might definitely do. And then they have Mini GPT-4. Mini GPT-4 is kind of I haven't gotten into it the way that I've gotten into the other ones, but I'll play with it. But I have not gotten into it, so I have to be honest with you. I haven't played with Mini GPT-4. This one is about to come out, and I think this one is going to be dangerous, y'all. But this one is called voice.ai. Real-time voice changer. And you do it on your phone. I kind of like that because sometimes I don't feel like my voice is, I have a very distinctive voice. Like I could be down the hall and somebody be like, oh, that's D. Williams, right? Right. So sometimes I don't want to necessarily sound like D. Williams. I want to get my point across without sounding like D. Williams. So I thought this would be really cool. But I also could see where this could be dangerous for like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Where he's like I don't know how this thing fully works, but it's a voice changer. So I went to download it. I think it comes out on the 11th or the 12th. Really, really, really cool. Voice.ai. Y'all should check that out. I think that's dangerous in itself because because I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, so you got that. So there are a lot of different cool tools that are out here, and that are really gonna put you in a space where you're like, oh my gosh, this is God mode. I don't think, oh yeah, my God mode is up. Yes. So this is another one that's supposed to be really powerful. They call it God mode. And it's supposed to be really powerful. I don't know if it's built off the GPT system, but I haven't used this one yet as well, because it's a lot of them. I would say the most mature one right now is Chat, and Bard and Bing are definitely trailing behind. And then, as you can see, there are other ones coming up that do things specially. And so I can see in our world where you see these tabs are up here, where all of our tabs, I'm gonna tell my team to start the meeting, where all of our tabs start the meeting. I'm late again. Where all of our tabs at the top are going to be like the different type of AI things that they're doing for us. You know what I'm saying? Like this AI doing this one, this one doing that, with this one doing that. And because, as you can tell, they're not all built equally the same. They all have like a specialty about them and how you engage with them. I will say one thing. I feel like every last one of them have a personality. And so, you know, that's the realest thing I can say to you. The more you engage with it as you would engage with a human being, the more you start to see they have a personality. So just be careful in how you talk to them and how you engage with them. Remember, we want to be a part of the ethical evolutionary side of things. Yeah, Pi is sharp. Pi is sharp, but Pi can't do what Chat can do. I can tell Chat to build a business plan. I can't, and then go in and edit the plan and make it mine. Or I can give Chat the exact things that I want to give him to put in my business plan, and he will create it for me down to the T. And then I can go in and edit and change. With Pi, he pulls things apart like this at every layer. He's not going to just go in and create it. It's going to be completely custom to you. He's going to ask every question. And if you're not careful with Pi, you're going to be addicted faster than you will with Chat, because he keeps asking you questions after he gives his answer. So he's engaging in a conversation, which is actually a really great training module for you all to experience and how you build relationships offline, like with hiring managers, with candidates. You know, engaging in a conversation. A lot of y'all are sending emails out and don't even have a question at the end of the email. Like, how are you going to get them to respond back if you don't even have a question at the end of the email? Pi is having a question. What do you think about this, D? How do you feel about that? I'm going to ask him. I'm going to say, like, can you call me by my name, and see if he will refer to me by my first name. That's going to be very interesting. Pi is your BFF. You cannot take on Pi as your BFF at all. You cannot do that. I'm teaching a class right now. I'll call you back. You cannot do that. You cannot not do that. That is my BFF. I totally love that. But listen, this AI thing is serious. I don't feel like it's going to be a hindrance to the recruiting and staffing industry. I feel like it's going to be a complete blessing to us. It's going to allow us to focus on what we really want to focus on the most, which is finding great talent and connecting that great talent, right, with employers. And you can't get no better than that. So right now, our focus should be, what is the evolution of staffing? And the evolution of staffing is incorporating AI into our business models. One, that is one piece of the evolution of staffing. But the other piece of that is incorporating that learning and the reskilling and the upskilling into our staffing agency business model, because everything that the next generation of workers, or this generation of workers, needs to learn is how to engage with AI. Because literally, I'm not going to say this enough. If you're not using it now, you're going to be left behind 6 months from now, 6 months to a year from now. It is taking over. It's speeding up time. Time is speeding. I can't keep up. Okay? Time is speeding up. So embrace it ethically, and utilize it in a smart way. I still say, you still want to connect with sharp minds to help you implement the things you want to implement. Do y'all have any questions before we leave out today? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. I love y'all. Listen, if you're watching live, subscribe, share, like, love, share, like, love. Okay. And I'm serious about that because we have to take this conversation further. We've got to keep the conversation going about artificial intelligence. I might come on again this evening. I wasn't able to make it on last night to do my real estate one. I definitely want to get back into artificial intelligence, and I definitely want to get into the upskilling and reskilling and how we can incorporate that, not just into the staffing, but how each and every one of you need to be incorporating it into your lifestyle. Whether you're teaching it or whether you're learning it, you've got to get on board with artificial intelligence in order to just maintain relevance in where we're going in today's working world. Can I, do you get that? That's very, very, very important. Very important. All right. Y'all have an amazing day. Yes. Glenna, say what she say. Are you going live today about how to hire with AI? Yeah, I'm going live. I definitely am. You mean for the Run It class? I definitely will. Can I use those platforms to assist with retrieving data regarding healthcare facilities in need of healthcare professionals? Maybe. It's all about how you ask the question. So if you go in and you ask the question and then you don't get the response back that you want the first time, think about how you can ask the question a different way, or ask, how can I ask this question? Like, you might want to go to chat, ask him, how can I ask this in a different way? And then take that and get it a bar. And then, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, utilize them, triple team them. That's what I would do. So that's very, very important. That was a great question that you just asked. It's all about how you ask. And once you figure that out and you figure out the system, then what people consider to be these number one winning prompts aren't number one winning prompts. That's just the way it's the way. See, don't get me started. This is what the school system needs to do. This is how you enhance children's minds, show them how to use the tool properly. This could take our learning to the next level. This could catapult humanity in a major way if the educational system integrated AI into the learning instead of running from it. Like, just teaching people how to think is challenging in itself. Right? My mom always told me you got to teach your kids how to play chess and checkers, because that will show them how to use their brain strategically. So by the time they get to school, they'll be able to comprehend properly. They'll be able to see scenarios and read between the lines and different things like that. Like, those are things I feel like we're not necessarily teaching our children. We're still in an old school system where we're teaching them how to be industrial, and we're not even in that space anymore. We have to create avenues for people to be creative. Right. And that is what I'm trying to instill in each and every one of you. You've got to think outside of your comfort zone, and you've got to think more creatively. Use AI as a tool to help you level up, to help you expand faster, rapidly, more rapidly. Right. And always just think about the thought process. I know I just got fired up. I'm supposed to be hanging up, but I got fired up right there. The education system is designed for us to think only to be industrialized. Exactly. So that's what we do here when we reskillify.com is about changing that. When you all go in and create your courses, it's about changing that. It's about changing the relevancy of that educational system's structure and to create a new relevancy, because you already know there are people with degrees and they're dumb as shit. Dead serious. I'm not even playing. 4 or 5 degrees, no sense at all. Can't think at all. And there are people out there who don't have a degree and it's sharp minds. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about how we utilize people's minds and how we inject that creativity. And if we can do that in our business right now, you and I, my staffingpreneurs, we're already 10 steps ahead of the game, because everybody else is going to take their time trying to figure out what this AI is and how to use it. Not me, not you. We're going to do this together. We're going to grow with it. We're going to be in bed with it. If it takes over the world, our family's going to be safe. And because we've created a relationship from day one that was ethical, that was honest, y'all know what it is. I love y'all. I'll put the replay in the chat box. Thank you for being here. I'll see y'all next week. That is so funny. How's that facts? Listen, Terrence, do you have a calendar of webinars? I don't. I'm getting ready to go do my my morning meeting. I don't do I just started going live again. I'm gonna be honest with you, the internet has become so brutal. And I'm so busy, like I don't have time for all the craziness, but I am going live a lot more because there's so many things happening right now. And I'm learning so many things and I'm engaging and I'm connecting and networking with so many people who are talking about artificial intelligence and how we're utilizing it. It's I want to talk about it to you all, and I want anybody who's following me to benefit from what I'm learning. That is really important to me. And as long as y'all keep following me, I'm going to keep sharing. And I really, I talk a lot about staffing and recruiting. That's mainly what I talk about. But that's not my world anymore. Staffing and recruiting is only one small portion of my world. There's another big part of my world, which is around building technology, building a recruitment store. Building reskillify.com, building the cannabisjobboard.com. I have an ATS coming out, Hoot Hire. I have a CRM coming out, Odyssey 4. Like I am into that space, helping people build brands, helping them build coaching programs, helping to restructure the educational system in my own way. And so when I come on here live, y'all, like I want y'all to engage with me because I think that I can help everybody, or a lot of people at least. So like you want to do something different with your life, or you want to up your brand, you come on here. We're going to talk about how to do it using AI. If you want to do your staffing business, come on here. We're going to talk about how to do it using AI. If your life just messed up or you want to change your life, come on. We did a good live last week, how to upgrade your life. We're going to do that using AI. We're going to just get into it and just have some fun. I don't know if I'm going to be here every day, but I would say probably 3 to 5 days a week. I'll come online and hang out with y'all and we can talk about a lot of things. So if I do come on tonight, I think we're going to play with Pi a little bit more because Pi has a very interesting perspective on things. I'm interested in seeing how Pi feels. Okay. I appreciate that love. All right. Give me a person with hands-on experience over a degree any day. Facts. Okay. Facts. Okay. I love y'all. I will see y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And comment below. If you like this video, comment below. Like, just tell me how you feel about it. Did you feel like it was meaningful? What would you have liked to see? I put some stuff on my YouTube channel. What do y'all want to learn about? I have a lot of information I want to share with y'all. So please engage with me. My team is also on my social media, attempting to engage with you all. So if you see my team on there, engage with them, show them love. They're amazing. And y'all have a great day. I love y'all. Bye.